Tonight in the association around the NBA, there are 8 games on this Friday. We'll take a look at a few perhaps in just a moment. But tomorrow night in Sin City, it is the second annual in-season competition reaching its Final Four. The NBA Cup semifinals in 2024 for a spot in the championship game to battle for the Cup on Tuesday evening, also in Las Vegas. Here are the 2 games and where it stacks up on semifinal Saturday night in Viva Las Vegas. I said Saturday night, but that includes Saturday afternoon, 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. Early start out there in the desert. Not a great draw for teams maybe trying to hang around and enjoy all that the Strip might have to offer. The Bucks take on the Hawks. Milwaukee, 3.5-point favorite, Joe, against Atlanta. Total stands at 229 and a hook. From the Eastern Conference semifinal, who will play for the Cup on Tuesday night?
Yeah, and I think this is a interesting game, but we also have been we've been trying to tell everyone about Atlanta for the last couple of weeks here, Ben, and we even looked at their future price to win this Cup altogether. And we kept saying all the value at 21 to 1. Like, you've got to be kidding me here. Most people still associate this Atlanta Hawks team with, they don't play any defense. They're no good. They can't score. Well, yeah, no, they have won 8 of their last 9. And you know why they've won 8 of those last 9 games? Because of defense. They are finally healthy, and they've been one of the best defensive teams in the NBA going into this game here. Plus, they already beat the Bucks, week and a half ago? They are, when I tell you, a very dangerous team who plays defense, and with Trae Young playing facilitator and not hero ball, the Hawks, to me, are very, very dangerous. The only problem is, Ben, we heard from Giannis the other night after they squeaked by Orlando, who had nobody. He sounds like he really wants to win this game, and he wants to win the Cup, and he's not happy about the way it ended last year against Indiana in the NBA Cup. So we're talking about a very motivated Bucks team, which makes this a big, big time heavyweight fight, I think, going into it.
And we shall see, Joe, just exactly how motivated they are in these spots, right? The atmosphere feels like it should be big for the NBA Cup, the incentivizing that the NBA has done for these games. The semifinal games, by the way, still count to your regular season record. The NBA Cup title game on Tuesday is the only one that will not reflect in your regular season mark. But, Joe, because the NBA Cup is involved in the regular season, you can look at the moment the Cup started for both of these teams in turning around their slates. Atlanta entered the start of the NBA Cup 4-7. They have now won 10 of their last 13. When you look at where this Milwaukee Bucks team was entering the NBA Cup, they were 2-8. They have won 11 of their last 14. These two teams have used this to turn their season around. And that is a huge, huge thing for both teams entering this matchup. So again, that 229.5 should also be interesting to see, as if these are going to have that playoff type atmosphere, maybe these games stay under, as we saw in our doubleheader on Wednesday night in NBA Cup action. The nightcap in Las Vegas, the Western Conference semi, Oklahoma City and Houston. Could this be a potential playoff matchup that we see later in the year in the Western Conference? The Thunder, Joe, the favorites to win the NBA Cup right now, best team out west, 5.5-point favorite against the Rockets. What do you see in the second of our 2 semifinal games tomorrow night?
I see an interesting defensive battle here, but there's not. What do you say about Oklahoma City here, Ben? I mean, the money's rolling in on them, and I get it. Because I think they're 16-2 straight up when either Holmgren or Hartenstein are on the floor. Obviously, Holmgren's been out now, but Hartenstein back and playing at such a ridiculously high level makes this a tough game for the Rockets. But am I the only one who thinks 213? I don't think we're getting there, Ben. I think this is not going to be a shooting fest, but this is going to be maybe the most physical game of the 2 that we see.
Yeah, and Joe, when you look at Houston, who won that game in controversial fashion, perhaps on Tuesday night against Golden State, or Wednesday night, or Tuesday night against Golden State, excuse me. When you look at that game for Houston, they won 91-90, as low scoring as you will find. Could we see the same for OKC, who stayed under in their NBA Cup quarterfinal game against Dallas?